The goal is to be weird. Behaviors create money. Wealth is weird, so weird behaviors create wealth. Are you following that logic flow? It's pretty much common sense.
If you actually want to be successful in your life, it's going to be challenging, and there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be things that are going to happen that you don't expect to happen in your life. And when those things come up and you don't know how to handle them, and you learn and adapt and grow, that's how you know that being successful will be in your future, because you are able to adapt to any situation because you have the knowledge and the information and the connections to help you through this tough time. You're going to want to surround yourself with a group of people who love you and truly care for you and want the best for you. That might mean they're going to give you some tough love at times, but that's going to be needed to help push you in the right direction. You're also going to have to make sure that you are aware of how to become successful, because so many people say they know what to do, yet they've not even looked into it. You need to make sure that you've found something that you truly love and then go out and get as much information on that subject as possible. No matter what it is, if other people tell you that's lame or that's a waste of time, you need to totally ignore them or use them as motivation to be able to push through and persevere even harder, because you want to motivate yourself to be able to accomplish your goals and dreams, because those are people that can't believe in you, and you want to show them what you are truly about and how dominant of a force you are to be reckoned with in this world and in this game called life.
I grew up in Antioch, Tennessee, a suburb of Nashville, and it was not the poor end of town, but it sure wasn't the rich end of town. How many of you grew up like I did, not rich? We weren't poor, we just weren't rich. I was gonna go get me an icy. I came in and asked my dad, I said, Dad, I need some money to go to the quick sack. And my dad said, how old are you? I said, well, I'm your son. I'm 12. And he said, you're 12 years old. You don't need money, you need a job. Y'all know the kind of dad I'm talking about. Some of you had one like that. My dad didn't think work was a management theory. It was something you did. It was an activity. And so he said, you need to get some money. Where are you going to get some money? And I said, well, some of my buddies are cutting grass. I guess I could cut grass. I mean, y'all ever cut grass? Isn't that fun? Especially when you're doing it for other people. So he took me, true story, down on Nolensville Road. I grew up in Antioch, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. Took me down the main drag there in Nashville, Tennessee. Took me to a print shop and printed up 500 business cards, said Dave's Lawns. I said, Dad, this is a little overkill. I just wanted an icy. Came home and he said, you go knock on the closest 50 doors here in the neighborhood and you ask those people with enthusiasm if you can have the opportunity to provide their lawn care need. Don't you knock on the door and say, you don't want me to cut your grass, do you? So he taught me marketing. We had junior achievement. Junior best be achieving something. If you're working and you do these 5 things, you will build a level of wealth 100% of the time. And this is not some prosperity thing, and it's not mystical or magical. When I cover these 5 things, they're all common sense. But common sense is so rare now, it's like having a superpower. So let's look at the 5. The first one is get on a budget, plan. Lest he get halfway up and is unable to finish, and all who see him begin to mock him and say, this man began to build and was unable to finish. Another Christian that can't pay their bills. You have to do a budget, on paper, on purpose, before the month begins, every month. If you worked for a company called You Incorporated and you manage money for You Incorporated, the way you manage money for you now, would you fire you? Don't answer that. You know, we misbehave with money, and so we're disorganized. We don't have a plan. Nothing's written down, and we have the unmitigated gall. I'm misbehaving, I'm horrible, and I'm incompetent, but send me more money. Parable of the talents. Master gives 3 servants an amount of money to manage. Comes back later. 2 of them managed it well, 1 of them didn't. The one that didn't, he not only didn't give him more, he took the money away from him who managed poorly and gave it to the one that had the most. You have to change the person in your mirror. You got to have that moment, like my friend Les Brown, the great motivator, says, where you finally say, I've had it. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when you have that moment, only then are you ready to change. I just previewed a video that we're going to put up on our channel soon. You guys are going to want to watch it. This guy lost 400 pounds. You know why he did it? Because he almost died. He was over 600 pounds. He almost died. And he said, I've had it. He's laying in the intensive care and going, this has got to change. This is no longer funny. And when you look up and you make $50,000 a year and you're 33 years old and you owe $70,000 in student loan debt, you know, there is no freaking trick here. There is no little technique. There's no Detanol pill you can take, debt version of Tylenol. I'll just pop 2 of these and my debt will go away. There's no little company that you can pay a fee to that's going to make your life okay. You got fun and dysfunction? You came up from a bad situation? I understand. It's in the past. Decide what you're going to look at with your future. Decide what you're going to put in. You're going to put more of that same stuff in? Not and expect a different result.
Put something else in. Do what you're doing this week. Read, learn, become something. I'm going to be something different. I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to make a choice. The most powerful thing the human has at our disposal is the ability to choose as an act of my intention to do something different. It's amazing. Now, it's going to be hard. It's not magic. Deciding means you're going to do whatever it takes. No one gets to the Super Bowl and they're doing the interview after the Super Bowl and they're going, so what does it feel like to get to the Super Bowl? Oh, this is the Super Bowl? I had no idea. I don't know how I got here. I just showed up and they handed me the football. It never is an accident that someone wins the Super Bowl. It's an act of intentionality from age 6 to age 26. Everything, they would sleep with a freaking football. Everything is about accomplishing that goal and pay whatever price, whatever they have to do to their bodies. And the things those men can do with their bodies to play in the NFL is unbelievable.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.